Dear students, from the past two classes, we were discussing Module 5, Chapter Network Programs. So far, we have discussed what is a port, what is a socket, how to do an connectivity using the port, how to extract the contents from the web. In order to do these things with the TCP connections, how simple we can implement using an urllib, so we can able to retrieve the web pages just like when we open a file and we access the contents. Once we access the contents, any methods which are applicable on the string can be implemented using on the data which we extracted from the web. We have discussed also what is a scrapping, how to do a scrapping, and we'll continue with how we can do a web scraping or HTML parser with the different types of options what we have. We know one is urllib, the other one we told we'll be discussing BeautifulSoup, and also we discussed regular expressions. Using that, we'll discuss first and then we go for the BeautifulSoup. In our previous tutorials, we have discussed what is regular expression, how we can parse the string using a regular expression. In this class, we'll discuss how we are going to parse HTML using a regular expression. So one simple way to parse HTML is to use a regular expression. So here we are repeatedly extracting the contents, or you are searching for the substrings that match the particular pattern in the web pages. How we are going to do it? For example, here we have an hashtags of the things and we have first page, and in that we have a content paragraph. So there again we have an href content. So it will be having multiple href contents. How we are going to do this or these type of extractions or HTML parsing using a regular expression? So this is the thing. We can construct a well-formed regular expression that match and extract the links which is of this formats, because we are concentrating on the href. So href it should start with and equals, there is an http:// plus question mark. We already know what is this. Dot is a white character, any character that matches, plus any number of such occurrences. What is the meaning of a question mark? Question mark is a non-greedy way. If you don't put a question mark, it keep on searching this double quotes. Any times the double quotes may occur, it search for the longest. So if we have a question mark, it's a non-greedy way. So it's once it finds the double quotes, it terminates. So it try to find the shortest. So if no question mark, longest. So this is how we are searching for this particular pattern in the web page, whatever we are searching with. So that is what has been given here. So write a Python program to extract all the links from the given URL using a regular expression. How we can extract all using only one link, we can find it like this. But we want all the links with this href. How we can find? We can use the find all method. So just import the urllib, import the regular expression, input the web page, whatever the URL you're searching that you input it. Read all the things just like a file. Using a read method, you're going to read the entire contents of the file. Read all the content and store it in the HTML variable. And then use the find all method on this regular expression because it is inside this regular expression, RE. So use the method find all. Write the content here. What are these two parameters which we are going to write? Where the string is, that is your second parameter. The first parameter is what is the pattern you want. So you also know what is the meaning of the small brackets, right? So when we write the content here, href, it should be equals and then the content what I've given within the bracket. That is, you extract only this web link. So HTTP, this yes, HTTPs, and then question mark. Why? Because only one occurrence, colon, 2 / dot star. What is the meaning of star and plus? Plus is 1 or more, star 0 or more. Obviously, there should be minimum of the things. That's why we give star. Question mark. Only the first occurrence of the colon, it will stop. Sorry, double quotes, it will stop. So we are extracting only this web link, not the rest of the details. What does this B indicates here? Whatever the content we are extracting, it is in the form of byte. So this is what the two parameters which we are passing for this find all method. We extract all the web links of this format. It's in the links. It's in the form of list. So from the list, extract one by one each web link and print it. In the last class, I told that we'll be discussing what is this encode and decode. So all of you know what is an ASCII value is. Any character, whatever we type, it will be stored in the form of an ASCII value. The meaning is very simple. We are writing a programs, it's in general. It should work for any sorts of languages. So any values or any character, what I can say, will be stored in using an 8-bit value of that character. Either it's in Kannada, English, or whatever the language we are doing. So all those things has an unique value for every character. That we call that as an Unicode. So Python 3 supports anything, whatever we call it as a string, it's nothing but an Unicode. So once we are having this general format, it is very easy to convert or use the same set of program lines to work on any regional languages. So once we write this language, it's in the form of Unicode, what we can say. Then how we can convert this? What we call for this? So we need not to do anything. We are using an 8-bit data representation in order to represent every character. That's why whatever we receive, it is in 1 byte. So 1 byte is nothing but one character we are going to receive irrespective of the language what we are doing it. So this format, this Unicode, it has been transferring from one system to another system. That we call it as an UTF, Unicode Transmission Format. It is using an 8 bits, so it is called as an UTF-8. We have so many, but the more preferable one is UTF-8 because it takes very less number of bytes and it is more frequently used. So the data will be saved while transmitting. So any content can be represented using only 8 bits of data. So once we convert the content and we transmit, that we call it as an encode. Whatever the data we receive, it's in the form of bytes that we have to decode it into the format of whatever the language which we are working. That we call it as a decode. So that's the reason here it's been written B. We are receiving the data in the form of bytes and then we are converting back to the one which we require it. The next, this is what the output. So we discussed what is this program. We are extracting all this HTTP links. So this is what the output we get. So we feel using regular expression so easily we can able to implement or we can able to parse the HTML. The drawback in this is it can't work for irrespective of the data. It should be in a proper format. If we have a breaking of this HTML tags in the web pages, so this regular expression will not work fine. We'll get the bad results instead of getting the actual results. So that's why it's not preferable always the regular expression. So what is the best solution for this is the beautiful soup. See, you could use the string search, the normal string search, that is a very tough or an hard way to do the searching. Or you could use the software library, that is the BeautifulSoup. It's available in this link. You can use or download from this. You can download it, and then you can able to work with all the libraries in the BeautifulSoup. Anything related to the network in order to use this Python code, it's there in the BeautifulSoup library. So import this URL from BS4, import the BeautifulSoup. So you're just reading the URL link, whichever you need to extract with, read that, and then open the file, read all the contents from that, so written in HTML, the same program what we have written earlier. Now, instead of using a regular expression, we are using BeautifulSoup, that's it. So use this BeautifulSoup, parse this HTML, whatever we received. So using an HTML parser. So what we are retrieving here, we're retrieving all the hashtags or anchor tags. So retrieve all the anchor tags which is in the A. So store it in tags. So this tags is in the form of list. So extract one by one from that list and we are printing it. So it's also like a dictionary. So use a get method on that. So check for this H reference. If it finds that H reference, whatever the data it is having, print that URL link. If you don't have, then you're going to print none. You know how this get method work on a dictionary. The same thing which what we have written here in order to retrieve all anchor tags from the using the BeautifulSoup library now. So reading binary files using urllib. So how we are going to read the binary files using this? Suppose if you want to retrieve any images or some data which is of different format, not is on the text format. How we are going to do it? Import all the necessary libraries. So open the file. It's in the form of file only. That's why I'm just telling open the file. Open the file, and also we apply read method on the file. Read all the contents of the file, store it in img variable. So whatever we read, we need to retrieve back. So I'm opening a file in the working directory where, so give the path where you need to open. Now I'm working for an image. So I open the file in .jpg format. Open the file in WB because this is the mode of the file. Write mode, and it's in the byte format. That's why WB. Open the file in the format and write the entire content whatever is there into the file and then close. This may not work always. What is the data you're reading? What is the size of the data? If the size of the data is less than the size of the main memory, only then it will work, because that entire file content you are going to read and store it in the variable. In the second example, here we are finding this what is the size of the file which we have copied, and then we are copying the contents part by part. So we've opened the library, we import all the libraries required, open the file, open another file in the WB mode, initialize size variable with 0 if while true. This is an infinite loop. Read the data. These many bytes we are reading at a time. If the length of the data whatever we read is less than this, terminate, means nothing is there to read in the file. If it is having something, upgrade this size with the length whatever we find, and then we write the content into the file. So we are doing this so we can able to find what is the number of contents in the file it has been copied, and also the content is there in the file which we opened here in the cover. So with this, the network programming chapter completed. Thank you for learning.